Guys, how are we doing? This is Saturday morning. I'm Ryan Mack. Welcome back to the Trading Guys. This is going to be our weekly fundamental review. This is something that I do every single week, come rain, shine, or snow. And we're going to have a review of fundamentals from last week, what we're anticipating or expecting to see next week, and then we're going to run through current trades that we're in, which is only oil at the moment. For my particular method of trading, there really isn't anything that I like, guys. There's just nothing that I like at all. Wait, I've just noticed. Is this going to come on? There we go. I'll just make that a bit smaller. Bosh, just realised that wasn't on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so let's have a look. Currency-wise, guys, honestly, there's just nothing that I would take right now. And sometimes this happens, right, in the markets. You just need to be patient and wait for your setup to show. You know, the good thing between Lee and I, Lee scalps, so he can catch a trade. He can catch 1 to 2 trades pretty much every single day because it's based on small movements and price action, right? Whereas me, I'm more longer time frame. It has to hit particular areas, has to give us certain indicators and blah, blah, blah. Fundamentals need to line up. The data from the banks need to line up. So banks need to be in the same, direction as us and so on. So a few things need to line up before I will take a trade. And again, there are many trades that I mark up and say, look, if it comes here, you could sell it. If it comes here, you would buy it. And you notice that I don't take it. Excuse me. It's because of things like I only trade, part of my rules, I only trade a strong economy with a weak economy, right? So sometimes you might get a pair which is a strong and strong economy, two strongs together, for example, pound USD, right? But I might say, look, if this gets here, you could potentially sell it, and then you come and see it a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's melted, and you think, well, why didn't you take that, Ryan? Just as part of my rules, I don't trade strong against strong, weak against weak. I only trade strong against weak. Even though it comes in, you might think, well, if both are strong or both are weak, why is one, pushing away from the other or dropping down from the other? It's just really that then boils down to like areas of value. And, for a pound to continue up, it doesn't have that strength. So it must come down for an area of value to buy in again and move up and blah, blah, blah. So there's various reasons why these things happen, right? Now, even though I understand that process, I just don't take the trade. I choose very wisely what trades I take. When I'm trading, I treat it as if I'm a sniper and I only have 4 bullets, so I'm not going to waste them on things that could be my target. I want to waste them. I want to use them. Sorry, not waste them. I want to use them like a precision bullet, right? Like a precision round hitting the target that I wish to hit, right? If you're in the army, there's 25 guys running around the battlefield, but you only have 4 high value targets. You're not going to waste your 4 bullets on killing, some of those 20 guys. You're going to wait for those 4 high value targets to come into your sights, and you're going to execute on those positions. The other, 21 random little buckshy soldiers, you're not going to give a shit about, right? Because you've only been tasked to hit those high value targets. It's exactly the same in trading, right? I choose high value trades. I don't bother with things that, I could make some money on this, I could make some money on that. I just don't bother with it. And again, just to finish off, I trade other people's funds, right? And on the PAM account. So I trade my own funds, but people attach their account to my trading account, and that copies my trades. It's called a PAM account, right? So essentially trading other people's accounts. So when I'm about to place a trade, if you're taking that trade that I've said, look, you could take this as a sell. If you're willing to take the risk on that, that's fine because that's your own money. But when I go to step into the arena and take the risk, I have to think about I'm trading everyone else's money, so I have to think about them as well. Okay, you need that about you when you're trading other people's funds. Okay, so without any further ado, let's have a look at what we've got here, lads. Filter. So as you know, I do one currency / economy each, apart from Aussie, New Zealand, and China, because they're all very closely correlated. Okay. What have we got? I don't want September. I want this week. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we had. New Zealand. Yeah, it's not good. Now, here's the thing many people get confused on. You can see this was previously 45.2. It's now 45.5. People say, oh, so New Zealand's becoming strong now. No. Anything below 50 is bearish. Yes, you can see it's had some slight growth, which is a positive sign, but it's still massively bearish, okay? Anything below 50 is bearish. Anything 50 and above is bullish. All right. What else we had here? GDP index is slightly better. Westpac consumer sentiment better. Current account is very poor. Current account is like when people are borrowing money from the country and stuff, they're not really spending it in country. So it's not good. So it's not going back into their own economy, if you like. GDP quarter on quarter is down. Now, don't be fooled that that's green. It's green because it's less than before. It was previously 0.1. Now it's minus 0.2. So that's bad. But it was anticipated to come in at 0.4, and it came in better than anticipated. But it's still terrible, right? That's why it's in green, because it came in better. But don't be fooled by that. It's still massively dropped, so that's not good. Unemployment change. Unemployment has dropped from previous. However, it's still much, much higher than forecasted, so that's not good, okay? Oi! Sorry, my wife loves to scream and shout when I'm in the middle of a bloody review, even though I've told her I'm just about to do a fucking review. Unemployment rate is 4.2, so that's not good. 1 year loan... Nah, okay, so that's all. We don't really care. Nothing much. There's nothing much happening there. We've got anything? Yeah, we've got CPI next week for Aussie, and it's year on year, so that's a good one. We want to see that. Cash rate, RBA rate statement. Yeah, we want to see what the cash rate is, if they're going to drop rates or not, okay? Banks and governments only usually drop rates when things are coming down steadily on their own, right? If numbers are going up, they won't cut rates, because it will make inflation even worse and rapid. Okay, so as always, I have a little notepad here. This is what I do every week. I write trades at the top, then I write strong, weak, and then neutral. I know you're probably thinking, why don't you write strong, neutral, and weak? There's a reason for that. There's a reason why I put strong and weak and then neutral, okay? I know logically we're kind of programmed from school to put neutral in the middle, and weak at the other side. But the reason for it is whatever is strong and weak, we're then going to match up those two economies, and that's what we're going to trade. Anything that's neutral, I just ignore, okay? In case you're new here, if you're wondering, can you not trade a weak against a neutral? Yes, you absolutely can. Can you trade a strong against a neutral? Yes, you absolutely can do it, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. I personally, just part of my choice and part of my strategy, method, and part of my rules, I only select to trade a strong against a weak, okay? So right now, let's see what we've got for Aussie. Was it any good? Aussie's kind of sticky. Employment change. Employment's good. Unemployment rate is sticky. So for me, Aussie's still quite strong, right? It could potentially, it's just my opinion, it could potentially be neutral at the moment. But yeah, it hasn't really shown much sign of weakness, and it was previously strong. So I'm going to keep it in strong until it shows me otherwise, okay? NZD, yeah, still pretty dog shit. And of course, China. We don't bother with China, okay? We just like the reason why we look at China. Of course, we don't trade it. Is it's very closely correlated and has a very high impact on economies like AUD. So if China's manufacturing stuff is up, that will have a positive effect on Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar will get strength from that. Why? Because they do a lot of business together. So if manufacturing and everything's going up in China, they'll import loads of tin, nickel, silver, steel, all that from Australia, which boosts the Aussie economy, which makes the currency strong, right? If things are not so good in China, manufacturing is down, cakeing is down, blah, 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 then they're not going to put in these orders to Australia, which means they're losing out. They're going to drop off, right? Become weaker. Let's just move on to Canadian dollar. Well, let's see what we've got. Manufacturing sales month on month. So remember, month on month is okay to see how it's performing now, but we really want the year on years right to determine if the economy is strong or not. So as we know, Canada's been pretty shit. CPI month on month is down. Median CPI year on year is down. Don't be fooled that it's green. Excuse me. The reason why it's green is because They thought it was going to be, they forecasted it to be 2.2, and it's dropped to 2.3, but it has dropped, right, from 2.4, so that's not good. Trim CPI year on year, massively dropped, not good. Common CPI year on year, dropped, not good. So yeah, Canadian dollar is dog shit. Well, the economy is dog shit, and therefore the currency is dog shit. So now remember, with Canada, it's very closely pegged. The Canadian dollar is very closely pegged to oil. So if oil does really well, it gives this kind of false strength to the Canadian dollar. If you think, why is the economy so bad? But it's going up, you know, or you're coming down depending on which pair you're on. But why is Canada looking strong when the economy is so bad? If you check oil's probably going up, and that brings strength to the Canadian dollar. All right. So for me, CAD is still weak. There is no change there as of yet, lads. And next week we don't really have much to look at. Swiss franc PPI month on month is better. Trade balance, yeah, nothing. You never really get anything with the Swiss franc. So next week we're going to see if there's any rate cuts or rate hikes. We want to see that. That's pretty much it for me. Swiss franc is still neutral. Now look, there will be many people that think that will say CHF is strong. So Swiss franc is strong in general, right? It's the world's safe haven currency. It's a kind of safe haven the same way as gold is a safe haven, right? Excuse me. It's a risk-off currency. So if we enter a risk-off period where like a random war kicks off and everyone's afraid, you'll see gold flying. CHF usually flies as well because it's a world safe haven, right? They never kick off with anyone. They never get involved in wars. So it's always a very safe country to put your money in or invest in, right? So my point in that is I'm saying it's neutral. There may be other guys out there that say Swiss franc is still strong, right? So it's based on opinion, really. Euro Italian trade. Let me just have a quick read, guys, because there's a lot to get through here. Trade balance down. When it comes to Euro, we really care about Germany and France. Of course, if there's anything like CPI year on year Italy, of course we want to see that. But usually, in general, we just really care about Germany and France. Final core CPI year on year is sticky. Final core CPI year on year is sticky. Okay, so it's not weak, it's not strong, it's just sticky. There's no negative new German PPI month on month is up. Oh, it's the same, sorry. Yeah. So for me, Euro is still quite strong. I wouldn't say it's weak. I would need to really see something. Excuse me, guys. To really like this next week coming up, we've got some big news for the Euro, right? So we really need to see what these numbers are. Remember, anything below 50 is bearish, and anything above 50 is bullish. So see how we've got it here. Previously, it was 55, and they're forecasting 53. Even if this comes in at 53 or even 52, let's just say it's 52, right, for this example. If it drops from 55 to 52, it's still bullish. It's not bearish, okay? It just means things are slowing down, yes, but it's not bearish. So yeah, next week is a big news week for the Euro. All right, lads, so let's stay tuned. I've marked Euro down as strong. Pardon me, in my opinion. Let's have a look. What do we have this week? Rightmove HPI is up. So that's like mortgage approvals. That's quite good because if the banks are giving it more mortgages, that means people are spending more money buying houses, right? Which stimulates the economy. If the economy is good, then currency is strong. CPI year on year, sticky, so that's still fine. If it's sticky, it hasn't changed, it's still strong, it hasn't weakened, basically. Core CPI year on year is up, that's great. PPI input month on month is down, that's okay, because it's only a month on month. Yeah, down again, PPI output. RPI year on year is, it's down, but it's actually greater than forecast, so that's still quite positive news. Even though it's down, it's came in stronger than forecasted. HPI year on year is down. Monetary policy, let's have a look. MPC official bank rate votes. Is that 8 voted? Let's see, is that 8 voted against? Or that's like in a dot plot, isn't it? The voters reported at XXX format. The first number is how many NPC voted to increase rates. Okay, so nobody voted to increase rates. The second number is how many voted to decrease rates, only one. And the third number is who voted to hold rates. Okay, so they're voting to hold rates right now, okay? They're not looking to cut the rates from 5 as of now, all right? So that's fine. Retail sales month on month is up. So yeah, the pound is still strong as ever, guys. Pound is still strong. Let's see what we've got next week. Flash manufacturing PMI services. Yeah, we want to see that. So we've got PMI next week for the pound. So for me, pound is still strong. Japanese yen, as we know, the yen is it's been terrible for years. Teeter industry activity. Core machinery orders month on month is down, which is not good because Japan is a manufacturing country. Paki pala aja kalau mau. Here. I've just told my wife she can use a hammer if she wants to make some more noise. National core CPI. Tell the maid as well she can use a hammer. Fucking hell. Everybody waits until I make these videos and then everybody makes a fucking riot. Right, national core CPI year on year is up. Okay, that's all right. Policy rate still the same, sticky. All right, so there's not much for Japanese yen. Japanese yen's still weak, guys. You know, you're seeing little pockets of strength and but it's just bollocks, right? It's just they're just clutching at straws, if you like, right? There's nothing really there yet. Flash manufacturing PMI, we want to see that next week. SPPI year on year, we want to see that. Yeah, BOG core CPI, we want to see that. Tokyo core CPI. Yeah, so we've got quite a fair bit of news next week that we want to see for the Japanese yen, but as of now, it's still weak. All right, guys, Japanese yen is weak. New Zealand dollar, we've already done that. USD, as always, loads. Let me have a quick look, guys. Empire State Manufacturing is up. Core retail sales month on month is down. Retail sales month on month is down. We don't really care about month on month. We really care about kind of quarterly, especially yearly is the one we care about. Because we don't trade news events, right? If you're going to trade news events, like if you're going to trade as this comes out, then you do care about that because it's going to give you a move to the upside or the downside, right? So if you're someone who trades news events, then you would care about month on month because when that's released, it's going to give you a movement potentially, okay? But for someone like me who swing trades over long periods of time, I don't really care about month on month. I really want to see quarter on quarter and year on year, all right? What have we got? Industrial production, month on month. I mean, that's good because the US isn't really an industrial / manufacturing country. It's a services country. Oh, excuse me. Although all countries have both manufacturing and services, right? It's just that one of them will be the predominant one and one will be the kind of secondary, okay? Building permits up, that's good. Housing start, is up. Crude oil inventories is down, massively down, so that's good. That should bring, we're in oil traders, so that should bring the price of oil up. Let's see, I'm going to cover oil in a minute on the charts because there's a couple of things it could do. It could continue to push up or it could reject at a certain area here, so we need to wait and see what that does, right? But I will cover that in just a second, so stay on the line. USD fund rates, the cut rates, 50 base points. And there's going to be loads of cut rates this year with the US. It was already anticipated for the last year, maybe even longer, right? They've got to cut rates now. Unemployment claims is down, which is good. Again, it's strength for the US. Manufacturing index is up. That's strength. Rate cuts doesn't necessarily mean weakness, by the way. They're just bringing it down because the numbers have come down. That's all. It doesn't necessarily mean weakness. Natural gas storage. Okay. Yeah, so it's still, USD is still strong for me, guys. Just because of cut rates does not mean that they're weak. Absolutely not. Jesus, we have got fuck tons of news next week. Yeah, so I would be very cautious if you're trading USD pairs next week. Very cautious. For me personally, so this is how I do it. I won't be trading that next week. I can tell you right now, I will not be trading USD next week with all this news. I'll just be letting it come out, ride out, and see what happens. However, for me, in my opinion, USD is strong. Okay, so to run through strong economies: Aussie, Euro, Pound, USD. Weak economies: New Zealand, Canada, Japan, and neutral is Swiss franc. Okay, so from this you would essentially say, okay, pairs that I would be looking to potentially trade is Aussie New Zealand, Euro New Zealand, Euro Canada, Aussie Canada, Aussie Japanese yen, Pound Japanese yen, Pound CAD, Pound NZD, USD Japanese yen, USD CAD, USD NZD. These would be pounds you'd be looking to trade, pairs you'd be looking to trade, right? And that's how you do it. That's how you find your. That's how you then come to the chart and say, how do I know which pair I'm going to trade? That's how you fucking do it. So let's just look at oil. Look, we're here right now. Now, I had 3 oil trades. I've got one here which is still in drawdown, one here which I've closed out in profit, and one here, one here which I closed out in profit, and one here which I closed out at like minus. It was in drawdown like $14. I just closed it out of good risk management, right? Because for it to shoot down again would have put me instantly straight back into like minus $600 drawdown, and I didn't want that, right? So I was just trying to close it out. It would have been a profit, but you never know that, right? This could very easily have came before this candle played out. This could have very easily came all the way back down, double bottomed, put me in a massive drawdown again before then coming back up, right, or continue to melt. So the trades that we're in now, what could potentially happen is this could just fly up and reject here, which I'm hoping it does. So previously I've been talking about in the group, look, when this gets to break even, I may close the trade. But you know what? I may even hold the trade because right here, this zone right here is the 786 Fibonacci. This has a very high probability of pushing up here, retesting this where I could close in a very nice profit, to be fair, and then get out. Okay, so I'm going to be monitoring it closely because it could, when the previous support is broken, it becomes the new resistance, reject and melt. That could happen. So I'm going to have my finger on the pulse next week to see how this pans out. Okay, I'll be very, very careful of what happens in oil next week when it gets here. But I could potentially hold it until it comes up here, hold that trade, cash out up here, and away we go. All right, let's wait to see what happens. In terms of other currencies, guys, honest to God, there is nothing. There's nothing coming up. I'll fly through it right now and show you, but there's nothing there. What else am I going to say about oil? Seasonality. September is a buy, but October is a sell. So we may get this pushing up here, retest, reject up here, and then we'll potentially be looking at selling this from here back down in October. Okay, so seasonally, October is always sells for oil. So let's have a look and see what happens when it gets to this area here. All right. Let's just fly through the pairs. Look. So there's nothing here that I would take. Nothing here that I would take yet, to be honest. Nothing here. I mean, it's potentially lining up AUD Japanese yen, but you'd be looking to buy this. You wouldn't be looking to sell it. And I just don't believe this is a real move. I think this is going to come here. It's going to come back down, retest again, and then crack on, right? So there's nothing yet for me. Aussie USD, both are strong, but you could potentially sell from here, right? However, USD has got a mountain of news next week, so I already know that even though you could sell from here down, you absolutely could. I'm not doing it, right? I'm just not taking it, guys. If you want to take this down, you absolutely can. By all means, take the risk. I'm not taking the risk with other people's money. Look at this here. It came back in our zone, rejected, melted. I already gave this last week or 2 weeks ago for you guys. I didn't take it. I knew I wasn't taking it because both of them are strong. Euro and AUD are both in the strong list. And like I said, I only trade strong against weak. I don't bother with these. This is called like a kind of hedge trade or what do you call it? A range trade. Right? I don't trade ranges. I only trade trends. That's just part of my rules. All right. When you get into trading, you will over time develop your own set of rules that you think this really works best for me, and you cut out the rest of the noise of everyone else. And it's quite hard, especially, like my business partner, Lee, he trades every single day. I'd be lying if I sat here and said I'm not tempted to jump in one of his trades, but I just cut it out because it's not part of my strategy, right? It's not, I hate scalping. But it's good because it means that our members can catch both scalps and they can catch swing trades from me, right? It's just that swing trades, they can take a long time to play out. But the good thing is, once you're in a swing trade, you can let it play out for a long time, you know. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts. Swing trade suits me because I have a busy life and I don't have time to sit in front of the computer, you know, in, out, bloody scalping every 2 seconds. I just want to set it and go away and crack on with the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Euro CHF, look, I already gave this. It's working out well, but it may, look at this here, you see it? It may reject here and then melt again. Look, bang on the 200 EMA as well. Make them up, retest, reject, and then start tanking. All right. So we need to wait and see. Euro Japanese yen. Look, it has came into our zone. Look, we already marked this up. If I just move that across. We already marked this up to happen, but I just don't believe this is the real move. I think we could potentially see more to the downside before it then pushes up. I'm just really, part of me, waiting for the confirmation first, guys. I don't believe this is a real move, hence why I haven't taken it yet. All right, but like I said, I marked it up. If you guys want to take it on your own accord, I don't need to tell you, right? You already see, Ryan already said, as soon as it comes in here, you can take it long. You can take that long. There will be many trades that you take that I just don't touch. It's because I'm trading for everybody, right? So I have to think about all my clients at the same time. I'm not in this to, just shoot at everything that moves. Euro NZD, that would be a buy for me. It could potentially reject here and be a buy. If you want to take it, you can take it. I might take that next week. Monday or Tuesday, I might enter this. If I do, I'll let you know. Equally, it may pull down, retest here again, and then go. So either way, I'll let you know. I'll write that down, actually. Euro NZD. Buys. Just so I remember, right? Nothing here. Pound CHF. Although we did it, so I can remove this now because it's broken past it. So I'll just like to clear up my charts, move it past here. You see, sometimes it breaks past the previous low. So it's potentially going to come here and then retest and reject and melt. All right, so look, boom, boom, boom. GBPC, it sells. I might look to sell that. GBPCHF. Might, doesn't mean I'm going to, but I might. GJ, look, you can see we've already marked out for ages ago. Buys, and you come. I didn't take it. I don't believe this is the right move again. Look, I think it's going to do this. Bang, meltdown, and away it goes. I don't know why, guys, right? I just think that's the move that's going to play out. Or it may come up, retest here, and then melt, right? I just want to see a bit more before I decide to enter it, okay? No, nothing there. So I'm going to keep my eyes on GJ. GBPJPY. Pound USD, I never trade it. It's dog shit. I've only got it here basically for you guys, for education, right? But I never trade it. It's shit. It's the kind of pair, you enter here, you go up here, and you, instead of making, $1,500 that you would have made on another pair, you've made about fucking $30. It's totally dog shit, so I don't even bother. NZD USD could reject here. I'd like to see it come up and retest this zone first. Why? Because most people will have their stop loss just up here. So you may get a big liquidity grab, and then it'll go at melt, and that's when I would enter it. All right. NZD CAD, look, you can see buying in a beautiful area of value to sell it. Already marked up, so you could potentially sell this next week. Both economies are weak, so I don't know if I would. I probably wouldn't. But if you want to, you can. I just wouldn't, because following my rules is actually very, very important for me, and it's week against week. I just don't fucking take it, guys. Can you take it? Yes, you can. I just don't. Nothing here as of yet. USD CAD. You could take that for a minute, just out of interest. I mean, you'd really be looking for buys, But I mean, let's see what happens. We've got a lot of news. In fact, I wouldn't be trading it because we've got too much news next week. So yeah, I wouldn't be trading that. But let's just see how it plays out, right? It's nice to have your screen marked up. Oh, excuse me, guys. To see how it plays out. All right. USD Japanese yen again marked up, and it is coming in. So this is going to be my entry here. When it breaks here, retest, goes back to the retest, that's going to be my entry, right? This is a good price entry, but it's high risk because you don't have the confirmation yet. I believe it's going to pull back further, actually. I believe it could even go like that, pull back here, and then crack on. Okay, so I'm just going to wait. And again, I wouldn't be trading it next week because there's just so much USD news. You're just going to get trapped in this, range up, down, back, forward. So I'm going to wait. USD CHF, you could buy it. The real trade for me is when it comes to here for a sell, but you could buy it from here. It's in a massive area of value to buy from. It's just building up orders. I'd like to see a liquidity grab coming a little bit lower and then cracking on and then potentially look to buy that. Oil, yeah, I'm potentially going to hold oil until up here. I was thinking about closing out as soon as it gets to break even, but I may hold it if it comes up, or I may close it out at a minus. But like I said, see, even if it's a losing trade, it's pitiful, guys. It's tiny, and when you incorporate that to the winning trade that we just had on oil, it's peanuts, guys. It's like 0.012 or something like that. It's really, really stupid. So it's pennies on. If you have a 10 grand account, it's going to be like a $5 loss, between the two. So that's fine. British oil, it's fine. Gold, gold's just that. This is history that you're seeing right now. Gold's at massive all-time highs. This is just me drawn up. I wouldn't be taking it until then. Silver, I love silver. Oh, excuse me, lads, I'm bloody knackered. Yeah, I love silver. I've missed both of these entries that I gave you guys. Missed freaking both of them because I was busy doing something else. I hope you guys caught them because they were beautiful trades. But never mind, if you miss a trade, it will always come back, right? Indices, there's nothing for indices yet. It has to have a real pullback, way down here before I would even think about getting in. All right, so it needs to pull back here first and then go. I don't sell indices because they just always go up, right? Unless we're in the type of an actual crash and recession, then we'll know to short them. Okay, but until that point, that is it. So there's nothing much, lads. Obviously, if you're in the managed account, yeah, don't complain that there's not many trades right now. We're not here to trade, right? We're here to make money, and that's the most important thing. Rest assured, the minute we have opportunities to trade and make money, I will take them, guys. All right, but there's nothing to take, so you just need to sit in your hands, wait for the right opportunity to come, and strike when the market gives you that opportunity. All right. Many people lose money in the markets, and it's because they just don't seem to have the ability to look at the market and say, there's nothing there. I'm just going to wait. The human beings, we always feel that the harder we work, the more money we'll make. So when you bring that mindset over to trading, you think, the more trades I constantly enter, I'm bound to make money. And it's not the case. It's usually the opposite that happens. The more trades you keep entering when there's nothing there to take, you generally lose all your money, right? And I've seen it time and time again with guys starting trading. So yeah, let's stick to our rules. Let's be patient. The minute the market gives me something, I will take it, boys, and we will make some lovely money together. All right, I'm Ryan Mack. This is the trading, guys. Don't forget, we offer a full free month in our premium Discord channel where we give full video education. We give you signals of the trades that we are taking. Whenever I enter a trade, I do all my trading live, so you can literally watch me like you're watching me right now. You can see my trading screen. You can see my live accounts. I will trade my live accounts right in front of your face. You can even talk to me. You can even ask me questions. Hey, why did you take that? Why did you enter here? Why have you set that as your take profit? And I'll explain everything. All right. But we offer 1 month completely free so that you can come and see for yourselves if we are bullshitters or if we actually know what we're talking about. And you can copy our trades and make money at the same time. If you wish to leave after that month, all you do is go onto our website and cancel your subscription. But you must do that, okay? Because when you subscribe, you're not actually subscribing to us for the payment method. You're subscribing to Stripe, so we cannot cancel that for you. You have to go onto the website and cancel. And if you don't do that, it will deduct the £97 off you a month later. So don't be lazy. Jump on and unsubscribe if that's what you want to do, okay? And then obviously if you want to stay with us, fantastic. It's only £97 a month after that. And you notice from the trade results in the group, most of the guys make that back in a single day, just simply copying our trades. All right, guys. So, yeah, hope you have a great weekend and stay frosty on the charts next week. See you then.